It is a cold, gloomy day here in St. Louis. Which means fall's approaching. Technically, I guess it's here. I'm just in denial over that. But I thought this might be my last opportunity for a Vanda update, even though I don't have much to say, because at this point I only have 3 in bloom. But they're 3 very pretty Vandas. This is the Vanda hybrid. This is Dr. Anik crossed with Renanthera storii. And I think this has been my most reliable bloomer. I really like how far she shoots out her spikes. It's more red than what's coming through. Let me see if I can't fix them. Aren't they pretty? This one's been blooming for me. This is its 3rd set of blooms since February. So it's very prolific, which makes sense since it's crossed with Renanthera. Nice, tall, healthy plant. Some dead moss. Need to clean out from the roots here. Everybody's gonna look pretty dry today because it's only 54 degrees. So I don't want to water them. It's too cold. It'll lead to rot and whatnot. But I do have an automatic watering system that I've set up over here. And that is my backup for watering the Vandas. Okay, so with that being said, so they are still getting a nice gentle mist, just I'm not going to soak them down until things warm up a little bit. It should warm up at some point today, I hope. It's actually kind of hard filming because I'm shivering a little bit. I do not like cold weather. But it is what it is. It's happening. And here is Pachara Delight. And that does not look how it looks to me at all. So I'm going to try this again too. My god. I feel like such a dummy. You know what the problem was? I had my flash on. I was going to say, you know, because overcast weather usually is fantastic for filming and taking pictures, specifically if you're trying to get things that are very true to nature. Otherwise, you have to have just the right time of day. But yeah, she's a little bit darker than this. You know, there's some variation with the Pacharas. It's, you know, kind of your basic Vanda, very common, but, you know, grows so reliably, blooms over and over again, probably 2 or maybe even 3 times a year. So yeah, it's just, everyone should have a Pachara. They're just so easy. I don't know why, they just are. Losing some buds here. She's been in bloom for quite a while. Through the thick and the thin of the seasons changing. It was probably in the hundreds when she put out her spike, and now it's so much colder than that. Poor baby. And up here, this is a no ID Vanda. I mean, to me it looks like kind of like a Pachara, to be honest. It's more purple than what you're seeing on the camera. I figured it would be a Robert's Delight or a Pachara or a Dr. Anik because I found it at a local nursery, and those are the ones I see most commonly at the type of nursery I got it from. But I don't really think it's any one of those. Maybe a Watana, perhaps? She has a little bit of sunburn, and that's because the sunburn up there, if I can reach, she's really high. That is from, well, the seasons changed, the sun changed, the angle of the sun changed, and I was gone all day and didn't really keep that in mind, and yeah, so she got scorched, but it's alright, she'll be okay. Not a huge deal. Some healthy but very dry roots. I hate seeing their roots dry. I just want to soak them, but it is what it is. This is, who are you? This is the Peggy Foo cross, right? Yeah. Parafalcer and never been able to say that, crossed with Peggy Foo. And it just has the weirdest growth habit. I have moved it multiple times trying to get it to straighten itself out. It never did. So I think that this is just kind of the way it is with this cross, I'm guessing. Or maybe it was rooting funny. It really didn't have many roots going on. And it's starting to kind of anchor itself down. So maybe it's my fault. I probably didn't tie it into the basket quite well enough. Back here, I have my smaller, a little bit more delicate. This Rincaroides Bangkok Sunset has had so much discoloration. You know, and it's purple. So I'm going to just say it's from too much sunlight, but it's had that discoloration since winter when I was growing it in my grow space and it wasn't getting enough sunlight. So I don't know, but she's growing and putting out new roots, and I even see there's a tiny little keiki coming out the bottom there, and that's new, so that's good. I'm going to try and figure out a way to get in there and cut out all these dead roots from, I guess, from shipping. I don't know. It put out all new roots and decided to just abandon the old ones this summer. And that's fine, because during the summer with the automatic watering system, they're getting consistent mist and putting out really strong roots for me. Like this Moats guy. Come on, who are you? Coltana Delight. A Coltana Delight cross. This had no roots. Well, that's not true. It had the teeny tiny little baby roots in there. You can kind of see. Which also have died off after it put out some new ones. I think that, you know, they had like their survival roots, just these little bitty babies, and then they put out big roots, and they said, oh, screw you little dinky roots, we don't need you, you're not doing us any good, bye. So that's probably what happened there, because, you know, that's how orchids think, I guess. Not really. I've been trying to get more rootage out of this guy for a long time. This is one of my favorites, the Aerosonium Beauty, Crossus curvifolia. The pictures show it to have these beautiful sparkly pink flowers, and so I want it to do well, but it came to me with like nothing to work with. I didn't think it was even going to survive, and we've got some roots out of it. Not a ton, but it's definitely has a better chance now than it did before. They're tangled up in the moss there. Okay, and who are you? Oh, yeah. I know who you are. This is Vanda Christensen. Oh, I'm sorry, Christensoniana. Cross with Ampelacacea. I'm sure that's not how you pronounce that. But it's a darker Vanda. Very red in tone. The flowers are very similar to a Neophonetia falcata. Another moats over here. This is Crown Fox crossed with Golden Dawn, and it's starting to do better. A lot of my moats orchids seem to have a slightly longer recovery time. I don't know. I think that's probably just because of where they ship to. More of a issue with my postal service than with moats, I think, because I have other orchids from moats that I have gotten that arrived really, really fast, and they have flourished. So I think it's just one of my particular orders, a big order. They sat in the box too long, I think, and that's not moats' fault. But got some nice growth coming out of this one over here. There's really not much to say if they don't have blooms on them, right? Now, my Ceroporn pink. Ceroporns can usually take more sun. But I moved it back because I wasn't getting the root growth that I wanted. So moving it back, it has put out some really, I mean, these roots are so thick. So that was the right call to make. Back there's my Cerulean, and I think that's, oh, do you see what I see? Oh, we have a spike. Need to go over there. Okay, don't want to fall. You are Oh, yeah, Watana. That's who you are. This is the Watana Pink that I think I was concerned was not getting enough sunlight. Things got really shady back here, more so than usual. Usually my cattleyas just flourish. We had a storm last night, so things are in shambles. It's just a mess. I have so much cleaning to do. But usually they flourish, and this year there's just not much. The tree, I guess, is just getting too dense. So I may have to rethink where I keep my Vandas next year, or maybe not, since I've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, I think about 6 blooms this summer from under the tree. And I would like to move this. Whenever they start to spike, I always do what you shouldn't do, and I want to move them to the forefront where they're more visible. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let that spike get a little bit bigger. And honestly, by the time that spike is ready to pop out and show some real flowers, it's going to be time to take it inside, I think. As soon as the temperatures at night start to dip into the 40s here, I'm not going to want them outside. Right, Ducker? Were you just eating my orchid? I saw that. What were you doing? What were you doing? I know that guilty face. Why were you sniffing my orchids? Yeah. Go get your ball. Yeah, go get your ball. Go on. Go get your toy. Distract yourself. Okay, over here, this guy has been fighting the Thai black spot disease. If you don't know what that is, you get these diamond raised bumps, diamond-shaped raised bumps on the leaves. And it is actually doing okay. The new growth has minimal spotting, so I think that the treatments have been working. Here's a better representation of the Thai black spot disease. But you can feel it with your fingers. They have this diamond pattern on them. I haven't found it to be contagious, so, which doesn't really make sense because it's a virus, so that's how it has to be transmitted, but I don't know. I don't know if it's because I treat my other orchids. Like, generally, if I have one orchid that shares a space and gets infected, everybody gets treated. But the treatments for the ones who aren't sick is like maybe a quarter dose, just to protect them and keep them safe. So, I don't know. Disease is probably a separate topic here. More sunburn here, but he's okay. I can't get this guy potted. This is one of my favorite motes I've ever gotten. It has the most gorgeous blooms. This is Fulford's Gold. And, oh, it's been driving me nuts. Just a thorn in my side trying to get this Vanda to behave properly. I mean, it's not the Vanda's fault, it's my fault, but I mean, come on. It was standing up straight all summer, and then we had some wind, and it went bloop. Yeah, I mean, here they are. I have more, but this is nothing else in bloom that I can think of. Maybe I'll go around and see if anything else is in spike, because that was a delightful surprise. No, I'm not seeing any other spikes on my Vandas. So I think that's about it. Looks like there's a sheath on this Cattleya. Don't know what's going to come of it, but we will see. This time. Yeah. Ask on it. Come on. Here you go. You can do it. You can do it. Please do it. Please work. Okay. There we go. Yeah. So, this has had lots and lots of spikes, lots of growth on it for me this year. This is really an awesome little dwarf. I love it. That's not going to happen while I'm filming. So we're back to the Vanda tree. So I hope everybody else has had a good growing season. And happy gardening. Oh, and if you know what you think that is, like if you're positive, let me know. Because I'd like to make it a tag. I'll just keep a question mark on it. Bye-bye.